Welcome back, everybody. Now today I'm back with three kind of bizarre products. Some people might find them useful, some people might find them kind of weird, but let's see how they work in today's video, starting with the 2-in-1 bottle. Let's take a look at this 2-in-1 cup. I paid $13.99 for this on Amazon after I saw it going around online. Got a cap here, got interesting, two straws. But they say it's two separate bottles in one, complete with a straw for each side. They say it's good for camping, hiking, even the office, anywhere you may want to access more than one type of beverage. Now reviews are kind of mixed for this online, with the biggest complaint being that it's kind of cheaply made, but I'll wash it off, read the instructions, and then get started. All right, so I washed it off and read over the instructions that are not in English, by the way. Not in English, but there are pictures, so I kind of follow those. First up, I wanted to fill it with water and make sure it's actually not going to leak from one side to the other, which it doesn't. So this side has water, this side has nothing. Let's see how many ounces this holds. Looks like it's about 10 ounces. Now to assemble it, you do have these straws here you have to stick onto each one of these. So that is set there. So let's first fill each side up and just see how it works. Side one, can of soda. Side two, plain old water. That is interesting. That is interesting. I will put the lid on here. I guess these have to be down before I can tighten that up. There we go. All right, so now we can put these up and try them out. Soda side first. It works. Water side next. That works too. Close these up. Let's head out to a real world test and see how this actually works. So I was thinking the best way to test this out is just take a walk. That way I can kind of drink some water while I'm walking and maybe relax and reward myself with some soda when I'm done. Looks like it hasn't co-mingled yet, I don't think, but I'll take a closer look when I stop. I guess the one thing I want to find out, will it leak? Let's find out. No leaking, that's good. Doesn't seem like it's gotten mixed together at all. I sat in the fridge for about a half an hour and I turned upside down, so the leaking is not a problem. Let me take a drink while I'm walking here. I'm getting thirsty. The cap goes in the pocket and I'll drink some plain old fresh water. Ah, not bad. When my walk is over, then I can reward myself with some good old Coke Zero. But for now, plain water as I walk. Well, so far it's actually working better than I thought it was going to. I thought maybe the different sides would end up mixing together or it would leak, and it hasn't happened, so that's a good thing. But you know, kind of reward myself after this walk in the heat. It's kind of warm out here. I love this time of year. I love the heat, but gotta hydrate. I've been hydrating with water, but now it's time for my treat here. Here we go. There's a big pigeon over there right now looking at me. Let's see if I can get it. There it is. I think maybe it's interested in this product. I don't know. It seems like it's very interested. It's staring right at me. What are you staring at, pigeon? You want some? Come get it. Pigeons are kind of interesting creatures. They're kind of cool. They're kind of cool birds. People, they have a bad rap. I actually think pigeons are kind of cool and smart. What's that? Would you like to say a prayer with us? Oh, no, thank you. Okay. Have a good one. Thank you. Wow, that was funny. I just got asked a question that is kind of funny. But back to the product itself. I've been getting distracted by questions and pigeons here. You know, it works. I don't know if I really understand the point of it, but if you ever need to carry two drinks with you and you don't want to have two different containers, you want two 10-ounce portions, it's perfect. I'm not sure if a lot of people are going to need this, but I honestly think that it works better than I thought it was going to. So if I can find a use for it, I'd be a big fan of it. Right now I don't have a use for it, but in general, it does work. That's all I can really say, is it does work. As ridiculous as it is, it does work. I'll finish my soda here and then continue the second half of my walk. Just out of curiosity, I asked people online what they would use this dual cup for, and I got some pretty interesting answers. One person said it's for moms whose kids always need to share but don't want them to have an accidental sip of alcohol or caffeine. Someone said it's for teachers who carry multiple beverages throughout the day. Another person said it's for a two-fisted drinker who wants to carry a sandwich in the other hand. One person said it keeps you hydrated well while you drink your wine. So you can have wine on one side and water on the other. Someone said a container for my Diet Coke and my vodka. Finally. Another person said it's for tricking toddlers. So there's a lot of people out there that have more creative uses for it than I did. Let's take a look at this nut dispenser. On here it says Nuts Flowy. I paid $10 for this. It currently has a 4.3 star rating out of 224 reviews. Some instructions. And here's the unit itself. Now they say this helps you pour an appropriate amount of nuts in your mouth with a single finger. I'm not going to touch that one. But what's an appropriate amount? They say no more greasy fingers. 9-ounce capacity can easily be refilled with nuts, M&Ms, trail mix, candies, and more. They say it's an ideal gift item, especially for gamers. There was only a few complaints online. Some people said the size was kind of small, but most people seem to like it. So read these over and then get started. All right, I washed it off. I let it dry out. So let's give it a shot here now. Looking inside, there's not much to the inside of it. That's pretty much it. When you push it down, all it does is just really expose this empty slot. Let's try the first test. How about some regular old peanuts? Here we go. You put the cap in, there's a lock position there. Oh wow, that was much more than I thought it was gonna be. Just kind of oozed out of there. Let me try that again. That was way more than I thought it was gonna be. That's a good amount. They said it was an appropriate amount. I'd say that's kind of an appropriate amount. I think the word appropriate does apply here. But they don't advertise it for use to put in your hand. They advertise it for going directly into your mouth. Here we go. It worked. Got a nut stuck in there. Guess who just got wind of me trying some food over here? That's right. Someone wants some. What do you want, Bailey? I don't have anything, Bailey. I'll give you some later. All right, let's get back to the product here. The peanuts seem to work well. Let's try a different snack. All right, and it holds a good amount too. All right, we are literally locked and loaded. I'll try some in my hand first. Oh, I still had some peanuts in there from last time. Wow. I only got 4 that time. Come on. Only got 2 that time. Oh, it was feast or famine. I even either got a couple or an avalanche of them. It's kind of weird because you have to kind of get it really close to. You're not really sure if you're going to line up right. Here we go. I think that was 4. That was 4. That was more. So far, so good. One thing I'm noticing though is that when you dump them out, some of them in that chamber kind of stay there. So you have to kind of get those out of there. Let's go to something a little bit larger now. Some peanut M&Ms. Much larger. Hand check first. I got 4 that time. 3 that time. I'm seeing a pattern here. Let's go directly in the mouth. 3. Now they say that you can only use snacks up to 18 millimeters, which actually eliminates a lot of the more messy snacks like Doritos, Cheetos. To me, popcorn seems like it's kind of on the cusp there. So let's put some popcorn in there. This is actually from a movie theater. This is an official movie theater popcorn. Locked and loaded. I don't know if this is gonna work. It might be too big, we shall see. Let's try some on the hand here. Oh, I got 1 piece of popcorn. 1. I'm getting 1 at a time. Let's see. Maybe not popcorn. Bailey's picking up my excess down there. Good job, Bailey. Let's go try this in a real world test. So then I think it does work. It only works on small snacks though, and a lot of the smaller snacks don't want to get your hands dirty like some of the big ones do. So it seems like kind of a novelty item, but you never know. Someone might find a use for it. I'm not sure. I'm going to keep using it, but it is pretty cool. I'm glad I got to try it out. These are reusable sticky notes. I paid $16.87 for a 6-pack. It currently has a 4.2 star rating out of over 3,300 reviews. All right, here we go. See if I can pull one of these off of here. Oh, there it is. When they said a 6-pack, I thought it was like 6 stacks. It's actually just 6 of them. Now they say this is not your regular sticky note. They say it's a paper-free solution for Post-it notes. They say you have all the benefits of a dry erase board on a 3x3 note. Includes a fine tip wet erase marker. They say it clings like a magnet to metal. Just post to your fridge, desk, monitor, or more. Each note can be used up to 2,000 times, which is where they get this number of 12,000 right here. This will be interesting, so let's see how it actually works. Let's take a closer look at these reusable sticky notes now. I took one off in my unboxing. Let's take the rest of these off here. One thing I noticed is they have these rough edges here. I'll try to smooth that out somehow, but I think we're ready to write on them and see what happens. I've got my trusty tacky fine point pen. I think we're ready to begin. For my first test, I'm just gonna write first test. Oh, the pen feels nice. The pen feels very nice. It glides on there, very smooth. There were some bad reviews about the pen on Amazon. On my first use, I'm not seeing it, but let's keep going. To me, this feels very smooth. Freaking too. So far, so good. Let's keep going. I don't even know what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of making stuff up at this point. Where shall I go? I'm really just writing random anything on here. Zip. I don't even know why I wrote zip on there, but stick this. All right. So we've got all 6 of these here with random things written on there. Let's try erasing and seeing how that goes. I have a wet rag here. Let's see. First test is about to get wiped out. It came right off, so that's good. I'll wipe all these off, write on them again, and then try sticking them around the house, see what happens. They'd say that it's kind of like a whiteboard, and I guess in some sense it kind of is. It does have kind of a whiteboard feel to it. I'll be curious how well these come off here. All right, so all 6 of these are wiped off now. I think it's time to do some writing tests and to go around the house and do a stick test and see how that goes. Well, this might have still been a little bit wet because that R does not look good. Take 2. Looking good. Come on now. But I digress. Hopefully soon we'll be doing a real world test. We might even see Bailey while we're out. I just remember they said that these don't smudge. Let's try that now. Not really, it's not really smudging. I guess the non-smudge claim is accurate. It might be a little bit smudged, but I'm pressing pretty hard, so I think it's kind of impressive, honestly. And the only real test I had in the writing was that I think this one was still a bit damp, but that was probably my fault. So overall, I think the writing tests were pretty impressive. But let's head around the house and do a stick test and see how that goes. I feel like every test I've ever done with this fridge, nothing sticks to it, including this one. How about a cabinet? Oh, it sticks to the cabinet. It sticks to the cabinet. So we're gonna leave it there for right now. I'm gonna leave it there overnight. So let's leave that one right there. We see Bailey. Bailey, you like that one? Oh, Bailey definitely likes that. Well, let's stick to this wall. Let's see. Oh, it does not stick to the wall. How about this mirror right here? It should. I would hope so. Oh, and it's not smudging either. How about to the side of this storage bin here? That should work. It does work. So is Bailey. How about the side of this computer monitor? Let's see. Doesn't feel real sturdy, but I'm gonna see if it'll stick. I'm leaving that there. And finally, let's put it on the window here. It fell on Bailey. It fell on Bailey. Bailey, it fell. It did not stick to a window? Come on. It doesn't seem like it sticks to glass very well. Interesting. How about this dishwasher? Oh, it seems to stick quite well to that. Dishwasher looking good. All right, my first impressions are pretty good, but I think the surface it sticks to seems like it's kind of hit or miss. I'm gonna leave all those up there for 24 hours. I'll come back tomorrow and see if they all stayed or if any of them fell. So I'll check back then and see how it went. It's been 24 hours now. Let's go see if they held up. All right, on the computer, this one stayed. Side of the bin, that one stayed too. Bailey on the mirror, that one stayed too. Take 2. It stayed. And the dishwasher stayed too. What if I put this on here over and over again? It works. All right, so far so good. Let's take a closer look. All right, I mean, it looks like, you know, no smudging. I mean, these two are already smudged to begin with, but overall it looks pretty good. Let's just see if we can wipe these off. All right, it's wiping off no problem. I was wondering if the ink was going to set and not be easy to wipe off, but it's not. All right, so the ink didn't become problematic sitting overnight, so that's good. If you're interested, the rag I used yesterday, I ran through the washing machine, still stained, so this does stain. So I think these work as advertised. They're a little bit touchy as far as what surfaces they go on though, and like I was surprised it didn't work on windows. They do say anything shiny, and I guess a window is not shiny, but it works on a lot of surfaces, but not all. And also as a footnote to this product, this company is MC Squares. This was on Shark Tank about in 2020. Seemed like a good idea. It got a deal and then they ended up filing bankruptcy at the end of 2023. So maybe it's not as popular as I thought it might be. Well, that's it. I would say that all three of these products do kind of work as advertised. I think that some people will find some of these useful. Now, if I had to rank these from least to most useful, I would take the nut dispenser at dead last. It does work, but not with all size snacks, and it seems like kind of a novelty. I think most people will use it a few times and then put it away. Next up, I would go with the 2-in-1 bottle. Although I didn't have a use for it, people online convinced me that there are people that would find this quite useful. Personally, I would say the reusable sticky notes would be the most useful because this kind of thing is popular. Although the fact that the company filed bankruptcy tells me maybe this isn't as useful as I thought it was. But that's all I've got. If you've tried any of these products, tell me what you think in the comments below. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.